this. Yes, I am. It's like 6 miles to go. This is my first time in Oregon, but so far, it looks a lot like California. Mile 1,700. I actually didn't walk that far, but I'm gonna celebrate now rather than later, because I will go back and fill in that 250 miles I missed. They say Oregon is supposed to be flat, but I've been going up and downhill all day long, and I have a 1,000-foot climb coming up. It's just so incredibly smoky, like a whiteout. I had to take an unexpected stop in Ashland because my Sawyer was tasting like mildew, so pulled it apart. In case you're wondering, this is what a Sawyer looks like inside.
That's the goal.
That's all of the hollow membrane tubes. There's the other end. Breaking it apart further. That's what filters my water. Ugh. Today was unfortunately low miles. Had to get a new water filter in town, so the store didn't open till 10. So I ended up waiting at a lodge for a couple hours until the store opened. Got my water filter, then waited some longer at the lodge using the Wi-Fi as a trap. Ended up eating lunch there and then headed back to the trail. It is blissfully cool out this evening, but there is quite a bit of smoke. It seemed like it was going to start clearing up, but then it fogged back over again. Just stopped in at Hyatt Lake Resort for a breakfast. Felt like I deserved it because I'm gonna be pushing a big day today, even though it wasted about an hour and a half, but that's okay. It skipped lunch, so I usually take an hour for lunch anyway, so it evens out. It's so dark and silent. Another red sunrise. Smoke has gotten a whole lot better. I've decided to do the Oregon 30 challenge. It's a challenge I made up, but it's kind of what I have to do in order to get finished on time. And having a challenge will help me push through. So how it goes is, throughout the whole state of Oregon, you must walk 30 miles a day. There's no zeros, and you can take a Nero, except for Neros must be at least 15 miles. So, and you can have 2 of those. So that is my challenge. I think that kind of lines up with the real Oregon challenge, which is do the whole state of Oregon in 2 weeks. 1,800 miles! Yeah! Usually on long trails like this, hikers band up and hike together, and that was the case. I hiked with the same group of people throughout all of the desert and half of the Sierras, and then since I left for Minnesota for those 3 weeks, I lost them. They kept going, and they ended up spreading out amongst themselves over a couple hundred miles, but got back and did long days and then skipped that little section, so I finally caught up with the last 2 of the group. So I've been hiking with them for a couple days, but unfortunately I won't be able to stay with them long. I have to keep going. But I'll probably catch up with the next group, subgroup of the group I was hiking with. Looks like there was a very recent fire here. The tree's bleeding. Headed into Crater Lakes. I think this is the 4th national park on the Pacific Crest Trail. Made it to Crater Lake National Park and the actual Crater Lake, except it's so incredibly smoky you can't really see anything because the view is so terrible. Considering hitching a ride around and just coming back to do this little 11-mile stretch after I finished the PCT, just because I want it to be pretty and you can't see anything, and it's also probably not healthy to breathe in all the smoke, so we'll see if I can get a ride around the other side of the lake.
Oh, what are you doing? Taking a video?
Yeah. We ended up hitching around the lake because it's so smoky. No luck so far. Finally! You can't see anything with the smokes. Nothing. Got a ride back to the Pacific Crest Trail. So essentially what we just did was skip the rim trail because the Pacific Crest Trail is closed from here throughout the Crater Lake National Park because of a fire, according to the PCTA website. And the alternate is to take the rim trail. So we were going to do the rim trail. There's so much smoke, we decided to just hitch around it because technically it's not part of the PCT anyway. And we plan on coming back and do that when it's not so smoky. But yeah, now we're headed up north on the PCT and we'll pick up from here. So I took a wrong turn down the trail. The trail kind of did like a switchbacky thing and I didn't go on the switchback, I went straight. So anyway, didn't go down very far. The others followed me. Thankfully they corrected me. So anyway, didn't get as far as we wanted, but ended up camping on a ridgeline tonight. Eating a cold dinner of sandwich that a trail angel gave us. It's pretty great. Highest point in the north. We decided to shoot for a 35-mile day today. Woo! We've already come 15, so about 20 left. So far I feel pretty good. The terrain isn't terribly steep, so that's good. There are hills, but they're pretty gentle. Yeah, so 20 more to go. Hopefully my knees and feet will hold out. My knees are a little bit in pain. There's a lot of long water carries in this stretch, like 10-20 mile water carries. The sun is hidden by a thick layer of smoke still, so it's been keeping it relatively cool all day. Trail magic! So I didn't quite make it 35 miles today, but that's totally okay. I got distracted by trail magic. So I did set a new record, 32.9 miles today. My knees are in pain, but other than that, it's not too bad. I'm definitely going to sleep in tomorrow, and then there's also a really awesome resort tomorrow that I'm going to eat a lot of food at. 1,900 miles. It's going by fast. What I didn't plan on was that the resort, where I was gonna get some food and resupply, is a mile off trail. So, yeah, now I gotta do a mile of a road walk. But I'm almost there. Pretty frustrated today. Only made it 24 miles. Not necessarily because I felt bad. I actually felt really good. Felt like I could have gone a lot further, but got distracted at the resort. And it was a mile out of the way, so I did get a ride back, cutting off a mile of the PCT, so I guess it evened out. That's kind of how I justified skipping a mile of the PCT, because I walked a mile into the resort. Anyway, so got distracted there with life things, and yeah, it got dark, so I just decided to set up camp. I'm gonna try to get up early tomorrow to make up for the lost miles for today. At this time I can't really afford to not be hitting 30s, or at least 25s. So yeah, tomorrow will be better.